respectfully, what happened there in the last quarter, Goody?
Yeah, look, devastating loss, clearly. I thought start of the last quarter we sort of gave them momentum in the game. I thought we didn't defend and pressure as well as we were early in the game. And then basically late in the game, we didn't handle the pressure, we didn't handle the moment, and we didn't handle the tight game scenarios like we should have. And that's on all of us. We'll own that together. We'll review it clearly. But clearly a devastating loss in a game that was there, at three-quarter time for the taking.
Have you spoken to the players yet, or will you wait until the dust settles a little bit just to address that with them?
Yeah, we've spoken, and it's really about developing that ruthless mindset that you need to be a really good side. And right now, with that last quarter, that's what we haven't got, and that's what we've got to get. And sometimes in your darkest moments can be your biggest growth. And when you have a last quarter like that, it's a pretty devastated group in there. It's a pretty devastated group of coaches because we're here to win, and we didn't get that today.
Have you had a chance to try to figure out what went wrong with that 6-6-6 at the end, like how that actually happened?
Yeah, we'll have a look at that, but clearly we didn't get that right. It was it's a pretty simple process to get 6-6-6 done. You need to communicate and get organised, and we didn't get that done. As I said, that's on us to get that done the right way. We'll have a look at it, how it played out, why it played out, but it shouldn't happen. And as I said, we'll own that together.
So it was the 7 forwards. That's where the mistake was.
Yeah, I think we had 7 forwards and we had 2 wingers. So as I said, it's a pretty simple process to get right. We'll have a look at why it happened, how it happened, and make sure that never happens again.
Do there need to be consequences internally for a mistake like that in your view, or is it something where you try and wrap your arms around whoever might have been at fault? Is it something where it's more sort of a nurturing or learning thing after you've sort of reviewed what went wrong there?
Oh, it's a part of becoming that ruthless team I'm talking about. There's leadership, there's ability to communicate in a way that gets people organised under pressure. And clearly at that moment we were under a fair bit of pressure. We'd lost momentum in the game, we had goals getting kicked against us, and we need to stay calm, get organised and execute what we need to get executed under the greatest heat. And clearly when you've had 7 or 8 goals kicked against you in a row, you need to find a way to execute those things under pressure, and we didn't do that. So we'll learn from it clearly and grow from it, but it's unacceptable at the same time.
Did you guys panic today? Is that what happened? Is that part of it?
Clearly we didn't handle the situation. As I said, we gave them momentum in the game. At the start of that last quarter, we got smashed at centre bounce. And in that last 7 or 8 minutes, we didn't handle the moments anywhere near the level that you need to be a really, really strong footy team. And as a coach, I'll go away and make sure we spend a lot of time in these scenarios. We clearly need to spend more time.
Does that surprise you? When you've got such an experienced... I know there's a lot of kids in this group. We know you're in transition, that sort of thing, but there's still Gorn, there's still Viney, there's Petrarca, there's Oliver. You can go on and on. But you're still panicking in a situation like that. It's such an experienced group.
Yeah, look, we won't shy away from it at all and won't sugarcoat it. We'll just own it and do something about it and make sure it never happens again. Today's unacceptable. For all the good that was in the day, that last quarter was so far off. And whether that be the way we played, in terms of what we really value, but also how we handle real momentum and swings against us and tight game scenarios.
Cozzy Pickett got stranded off the ground there towards the end. Was it a mistake to get him off in hindsight, or could you not have really foreseen that the ball was going to get stuck out there for so long? Yeah,
probably he came off with 5:45 to go. I think he got it back on with 2.5 to go, but he got stranded for a little while. That sometimes happens in the game. You run the risk of when you bring someone off, how quickly you can get them back on. Didn't play out that way for us. We'll go away and have a look at that, but we got him back out there with plenty of time left to win the game.
Hard tag today. How did you see that battle?
Yeah, look, obviously, it's the second time they've been at it. Those two, we've got enormous respect for Marcus and, the way he plays. I thought Cozzy handled it really well. Clearly, we spent a bit more time with him in the midfield today. There was a bit more of a plan to get him around the ball more and to give us a bit more around the footy. I thought Cozzy stuck at his task incredibly well.